All right, everybody, it looks like we made great progress and we are doing very good with our painting. And we're developing the final steps and the final stages of this beautiful painting. So if you haven't done so, if you have any more blank spaces, I need you to go ahead and fill in, pick a color. If there's any more blank spaces on your canvas, go ahead and fill it in any color you want. It's up to you. It's your creation, and we're just going to make it as fantastic and wonderful as it can be. So if there's any spaces left on your canvas, go ahead and fill those up at this time. All right, so go ahead and do that. I'll give you a minute to check and see and fill that up. For the rest of you, go ahead and grab your brushes. All right, and we're going to start and commence with the color black. All right, we're going to start with the color black, and we're going to go in the same steps as we started. Okay, so first of all, we have this nice round shape. All right, this nice circular shape. We're going to go around that shape with our brush. Now, it's very important that we use the right techniques to paint. All right, so again, if we hold our brush this way, it's going to make a wide line, and if we rotate it this way, it's going to make a thin line. So it's up to you if you whether to make a thin line or a thick line. Now, I'll let you know that if you start with a thin line, you can always turn it into a thick line. So it's up to you to be able to start with a thin line and then rotate your brush to do a thick line. All right. Again, there's no mistakes in art, just room for opportunity. We're all learning together. So we don't take L's, we only learn lessons. So that's a fact and it's apparent. So again, for the rest of us, we're going to get some black, and let's start where we begin in the beginning. So we started off with this round circular shape in the beginning. So let's go ahead and go around that, but we're really going to take our time. We're not going to rush because we want this step to be nice and neat. All right, so we're going to follow around that curve. All right, following around, going around. I'm starting with a thin line so that way I can always make it bigger. And our goal with this is to cover up all of these yellow lines that we made in the beginning. So our goal is to fill up and cover all the yellow lines that we made in the beginning. Now, keep in mind, we're not going to color in the yellow shapes. We're going to color in the yellow lines. All right, so lines on any lines we made that are underneath, we're going to color those in yellow, or color in black that are yellow. For example, we have a yellow shape here and we have a yellow shape here. We're not going to paint those in, but we are going to paint this yellow line that's going across the middle. So our goal is to paint over the yellow lines, not the yellow shapes. All right, and just stay with me, follow my lead. We're going to paint with faith together. If you follow my lead, you should be on the right track. Again, let's take our time painting this, not rushing. All right, and your lines can be as thick as you want. So my goal was to paint over that yellow line from the beginning. All right, so I'm taking my time. Very good. The next step we did was the square right underneath our circle. So let's go ahead, fill that in. Be careful not to rest your hand on the paint that you just made. All right, then you have paint all over your hand. You don't want that. So let's go ahead and do the square. Again, I want to start with a thin line, and then I'll make it thicker. Boom. All right, I like to take my brush and paint it sideways because then my brush can get a little bit wider on the side, and I can make a thin and medium line with it. So I'll make a thin line, but as I press, you see it gets a little bit wider. That's a special technique. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, so again, we're going to fill in that shape. We're going to do that square. I'm covering up all the yellow lines right there. Boom and boom. That's looking good. Very nice. Again, we're taking our time. We're painting nice and neat. We're not rushing. All right, we're taking our time, nice and neat, not rushing, making those lines as straight as possible. They don't have to be perfectly straight, but we can do our best with it. All right. Next thing, we made this little rectangle right underneath. All right, so again, we're taking our time. I'm using thin lines. I'll make them wider later if I need to. But my goal is to cover up. My goal is to cover up all those yellow lines. All right, so I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. All right, I'm not being too anxious. I'm being very patient. Our word for today is patient. To be a great artist, you definitely got to have some patience in order to complete your paintings and make them the way you see them in your mind. This is looking great. It's looking fantastic. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too. So now we have these shapes. Let's finish this whole section. All right, so we'll come across here. All right, we'll take our time. We'll come across here, and then we'll take our time to come across these lines, and then we'll go from there and see where we get. All right, again, we're staying with the black. I'm going to come right across. I'm going to go all the way across. Okay, so I'll go, as a matter of fact, let's start at the bottom and let's go all the way across, because that's how we did it in the beginning. All right, so we'll start at the bottom left corner of this space, and we're going to go all the way across one long line. All right, starting in this corner, taking my time, not rushing. Boop, 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 boop. And I made it. I made it to that line. Very good. I'm going to load up the brush with some more paint, and I'm going to go boop, 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 boop. All right, almost did it. Almost made it. Loading up the brush. You don't need a lot of paint for this step. You don't need a lot of paint on your brush. Boop, 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 boop. Almost made it. Almost made it. Get a little bit more black. Keeping it going. Boop, 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 boop. And boom. All right, I'm going to do another coat right there just to make it look good. All right, this is looking great. All right, we want to try to make sure we smooth out that black too. If I have some extra black, I'll take it from here and I'll bring it over here. And boom, looking good, looking good. No mistakes in art. Just room for opportunity, no mistakes. And boom, that's looking good. This is coming together very nicely. Again, the artist that we are inspired by is called Romero Brito. Romero Brito. Again, he has a lot of artwork in Miami, and we want to make sure we represent him well by making this painting look like his artwork. All right, so we're going to make these diagonal lines again, and boom. My goal is to cover up all those yellow lines, and boom, this is looking very nice. All right, looking good. Coming down across diagonal lines. Boom, flipping my brush over to get all the black off. Boom, I got some extra black right here. I'm gonna scoop it up, and boom. If you have any extra black on the canvas that's just sitting there, it's a clump or a lump, I'm gonna take it and use it up. All right, I don't want to waste any black. All right, one more diagonal line here. Boom. And coming in here, boom. All right, looking good, looking good. That's very nice. This is looking wonderful. Now, let's go ahead and try to section off the rest of these while we still have time. So let's go here. Going over to the right. Everybody say right. Looking good, looking good. Boom. All right, we're going to just, again, only covering the yellow lines. All right, the yellow lines that created, not the yellow shapes. Boom. Looking good, and boom. All right, I'm going to come this way. Looking good. Coming down at a diagonal. Coming down. Doop, 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 doop. Flipping my brush over. Doop, 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 doop. Looking good. Fantastic. Wonderful. This is looking amazing. I'm feeling good. I hope you're feeling good too. All right, looking great, looking great. And boom, that's looking very nice. All right, I'm gonna come up this way. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this half of the painting, then I'll switch over and do the other half, okay? So we'll come in here, diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. Boom, looking good, looking good. I'm gonna get some more black. Coming up. Doop, doop, doop. Got some extra black over here. I'm going to scoop it out. Finish it over here. Boom. Flipping my brush. Boom. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Almost done with this right side. Looking good. All right. I'm going to do this line here and this line here. Again, our goal is to cover up all the yellow lines we made in the beginning. So I'm going to come straight up here. Taking my time. Boom. Looking nice. Doing the one at the bottom as well. don't need a lot of black. Coming straight down and boom. All right, looking good, looking good. Excellent. Now we're gonna do the other side of the painting. Now I'm gonna turn it upside down just so I don't rest my hand. All right, on the wet paint. I want to make sure you can see everything as well. All right, so I'm going to do this section right here. Again, got some extra black over here. I'm going to scoop it off, bring it over here. I don't want to waste any paint. Looking good, smoothing it out. Boom. Looking good, looking good. All right, next up, we're going to do a diagonal here. Boom. All right, almost done, almost done. Looking good. We're almost done for the day. We made some great progress, and I think we should be able to finish this painting next class. We should be able to finish this painting next class. Let's hope that we can do it. All right, we got one more diagonal line. See it right there. All right, we're going to bring that up. Looking good, smoothing it out. Now we want to make sure these lines are nice and dark. All right, another word, your word of the day is opaque. All right, your word of the day is opaque. All right, opaque means that you can't see through it. All right, it's nice and dark. So if you think about, your parents having tints on their windows, or if you see a car with dark tints, you can say those tints are opaque. Or if you had some nice shades that your mom or dad may have bought you, or your cousins or anybody, all right, who gave you some shades and you can't see out those shades, that can be also considered opaque. So this is looking amazing, if I do say so myself. And I think we did a fantastic job on today. I want to make sure that we clean our materials properly. All right, so go ahead and grab your brush. We're going to bring this to the side. We're going to take our brush in the water. Again, we're going to wiggle it around. All right, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure you clean all of that out. Dry it on a washcloth. Get it nice and dry. Boom. Slide your water back over. We want to make sure we put, now be careful with all those black lines we made. So you want to hold your canvas on the sides, all right, so you don't mess it up. You want to take your brush, again, drop it in the back so nobody gets it. No mom or no dad, no little brother, little sister, no pets or anything get it. And we want to take our stuff and make sure we put it back in the proper place. This is looking fantastic and amazing. I'm so excited for all of us and what we're doing. This is going to be a beautiful and amazing picture inspired by Romero Brito. And until next week, everyone, keep up the good work and make sure you put up your work properly.